Just the way we drew it up, everybody. Coming at you live from my home studio in beautiful La Puente, California. This is the All Dodgers podcast. This is a post-game show. That was a sucky, annoying, fun, weird, frickin' game. Listen. Wasn't planning on going live tonight, and then my boy Yamamoto goes out there and shoves, and then the bullpen decides to be booty, and then old friend Shelby Miller decides to be, embrace his inner former Dodger reliever, and also be booty, be doo-doo. I guess we like booty. I don't know how much we like doo-doo, but guys, share your thoughts, share your reactions. Like the show, like the stream for a Dodger win. The Dodgers stay just ahead with that win. They stay just ahead of the San Francisco Giants for first place in the National League West. I don't have a whole lot I want to talk about. This is just reactions. This is just hanging out. Pinsanity. I agree. Could not agree more. But hey, whatever. A win is a win. And this was one of those games, man. This was every bit of a frustrating situation. Yamamoto did his job. They needed a stopper. They needed an ace-like performance there. Goes, 6 no-no, 7 scoreless. Then the bullpen comes in. My God, the bullpen comes in. And Alex Vesia, listen, we should focus on the positives, but Alex Vesia struggled again to open this one, or to open the 8th inning. Didn't allow any runs, but once again, another tightrope walk. Ben Kasparius had to come in to get the final out with 2 runners on in that 8th inning. Hell of an effort from Ben Kasparius, pretty much the only right-hander available in that bullpen, leverage right-hander available in that bullpen, and Tanner Scott. That's where people are going to be unhappy about. Ron Stoppable in the chat. Let's go with this one. Is Scott the right guy to close out games? Listen, he was rested. We were talking about it in the All Dodgers Discord channel or chat. My buddy Jeff Snyder brought it up in the chat as well. Of course, as you guys know, Jeff is the voice of reason, as always, much to his chagrin at times. But they paid this dude a lot of money to pick up the 9th inning, to pick up saves, to pick up closing opportunities. And for the greater part, Scott's been decent. Now, that said, where was the Dodger offense tonight? You score 3 late there in extra innings. F the Ghost Runner. Ghost Runner does help out both teams here, I guess, to add a little offense. But yeah, the offense non-existent over the first 9 innings of this game. They squeak a run across in the 4th inning, and the Diamondbacks pitching hasn't been exceptional. You have a dude starting for Arizona that's not necessarily a starter, and listen, we'll be positive. Kenny Chung. Scott has turned into Craig Crumble. Ouch. Shout out to your boy Craig Kimbrell. If you're nasty, hopefully he's somewhere sucking for somebody else. Glad he's not a Dodger. Actually, I think he's with the Braves at AAA. But listen, the important thing is, again, Dodgers win. Poor Yamamoto. What a hell of a start for Yama. We're going to talk in circles again. I have really nothing overly prepared. I'm preparing stuff tonight for Dodgers territory, so I'm just sitting here at the desk watching this game, and again, it was a frustrating game, man. It was a frustrating game. I got excited after the Freddie walk, or after Will got hit. Then I was like, okay, now I'm in. Now I'm enjoying this game because it was awesome. Watching Yoshinobu Yamamoto do his ace things, my Cy Young Award front runner, my Cy Young Award pick, watching Yama be an ace, be a stopper, and our boy Kevin Skinner checking in the chat here, still away on his honeymoon. We'll get him back pretty soon, but he says he wakes up. Well, let me find it here, because we should probably put it in the chat if we have that sort of ability. But he wakes up at 7 a.m. where he's at right now. He wakes up to Dodgers being walk-off winners. And, yeah, again, hell of an effort from Yamamoto. That's what he's supposed to do. And it really sucks when, I still care about pitching wins. They mean something to me. They should mean something to you. Unfortunately, they say they shouldn't matter. But aces, people who win a lot of games, stay in the ball game. They give themselves opportunity to wins, and they give their team opportunities to hopefully win a ball game by staying in there. They give their bullpen a rest, not just going 5 innings or whatever. You're going 6 innings, you're going 7 innings in an ideal world. Couple of super chats in there. Let's also fire off Denny Cortez. No run support is a poopy emoji. Yeah, boo to the Dodger offense tonight. Where is that vaunted $2 billion Dodger roster there? Cole, Jesus Christ, how long is Kevin's honeymoon? God damn, that's an absolute wreckage right there. I appreciate that chat from Cole. We got a super chat from our buddy Richie Flores. Thank you very much, Richie. $4.99. We're also going to hear from him later on the voicemail hotline. If you guys have your thoughts, you see the number there on the screen, 562-373-4095. It's also in the description. If you're able to jump off and call real quick, leave your thoughts in a voicemail. Keep it short, keep it sweet. We're not going to be here too long. I know my buddy Jeff is going to go live. I think he's involved with it today. If not, it's just going to be Vince, but they should be live on Locked On Dodgers as well. But anyways, Richard Flores, I'm too old for this shit. We need to change my underwear. Yamamoto did his job. And by the way, F the Ghost Runner. God, I hate the Ghost Runner. But whatever. You know what? I also hate 18-inning games. I hate, the fact that it's still 10 o'clock. We made it to 10 o'clock here, our time, my time. Listen, make baseball short again. Don't Care 187 with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Don't Care also recently joined us on the All Dodgers Discord via YouTube members. So appreciate you. Says, so we have one real starting pitcher, 4 batting practice pitchers of the trash bullpen. How far can we go with this? Also with an F, the Ghost Runner. We appreciate that. Listen, the bullpen is an absolute shambles. Anthony Keene, this shit is bad for my heart. Hey, you know what? I would tell you something, Keene. Don't watch these games. Absolutely. Do not be watching Dodger baseball right now. Just wait for them to figure out how to play baseball again. But yeah, there's a lot of missing pieces. There's a lot of issues for this Dodgers, not just starting rotation, but for the entirety of the pitching staff. We're going to dive into that in just a second. But first, I do want to tell you about Bet Online, guys. It's the world's most trusted betting platform. No segue here. And your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing, and sometimes it's frustrating, and sometimes your team's pitching staff has no competent arms. Maybe everybody and their pets' heads are on the injured list. Anyways, I'm getting out of the read here. There's also NBA and NHL playoffs, I think. I don't know. I'm not paying attention to any of that. I'm a baseball guy all the way. But BetOnline has more ways for you to stay involved in the action with the latest odds, news, scores, even live in-game betting while games are being played. They have also the largest selection of odds on everything from MLB, NHL, NBA, UFC. BetOnline remains the best online source for all your sports wagering info. In between games, head on over to the BetOnline casino. They have all top Vegas-style games, including poker. I believe they have blackjack in there, live casino, all that kind of stuff. Anthony Keene, I agree with that comment. Baseball is greater than all other sports ball. And I'll tell you, BetOnline, the game starts here and the show resumes now. A lot of things going on in the chat. Let's try to find a couple of people here in the chat. Diane saying we're all addicted to this shit. We love baseball. We love this team, and this is part of the frustrations of watching this team. Sometimes people are injured. Sometimes you have, what is it right now? I think we're up to 14, 15 pitchers on the injured list. They are running on fumes when you're talking about who is available. The only right-handed throwing high leverage reliever is rookie Ben Kasparius, and he did his job despite all of the BS with the making eye contact and whatever, what do you call that, the pitch clock bullshit or whatever. But Anthony Banda has been MIA this season. He has reverted back. The clock struck at midnight. He has reverted back to the mean, which is his previous self before 2024 at Bonda, where he was pretty bad. That's a good comment from our friend Denny Cortez. This is my toxic relationship. It is toxic, and this is what's fun for us, I guess. One of the other right-handers in the bullpen, Luis Garcia. You guys know how I feel about Luis Garcia. Everybody else that has come up has kind of been mid to okay or straight up ass. They just have random pieces. I'm looking at it here. Matt Sauer has been great, but he's, they have a bunch of dudes because of the starting rotation. They have a bunch of dudes that are kind of built up to eat one or two or three innings. That's how you say it. 2 or 3 innings. And then they're down for a few days, and this has been the biggest issue with the bullpen in recent vintage, and then also through the stretch of playing a lot of baseball over, 20 days or whatever it is. Dodgers playing a lot of games, 19 games in 20 days. Mercifully, they have a day off on Thursday. But, yeah, they need to get healthy. You need to pray, man. You need to pray that you can get through the next – I don't know, the next guy coming back. I think we're about 2 weeks away, maybe 10 days away from the return of Michael Kopech. Kopech has struggled in his outings. It's funny. I feel myself being real negative here. I feel us all being really negative here. When the Dodgers did win, they did walk it off. They do hold first place in the National League West. We should feel good. We should feel phenomenal. But also, we should also be frustrated in some way, shape, or form. Alex Vesia, something wrong with Vess. I'll tell you that much right now. Appreciate the comment from a supporter of the channel, Elisheva Jones, says that Clint Pasillas, that's me, Clint Nation, has the best Dodger streams. I appreciate that, Elisheva. Means a lot. I know Elisheva is somebody that watches a lot of Dodgers streams here on the internet. Your love, your support, all that kind of stuff really does go a long way in making my heart grow 3 sizes that day, guys. There was another comment I wanted to read from somebody who is, there we go, our buddy Noah. Noah, who's also a supporter of the channel, been a supporter since day one of this channel on Patreon, but so addicted to watching Dodger baseball. You couldn't pay me $1 million to never watch a baseball game again, a Dodgers baseball game again. Yeah, this is absolutely every bit of a toxic relationship. And like I said, we do have some voicemails to fire off. I'm gonna plug one in right now. My layout is a little bit different, so bear with me for just a second here, guys, while I figure out where my things are at. There you go. This is where you live now, and we're gonna put this here, and we're gonna first listen to our buddy Alexander Rose, who has some thoughts about this game.
Yo, what is up, Clint? It is Alexander Rose here. You're a good buddy for, forever. The end of time.
The end of time.
You want to hear a sound real quick? You hear that sound? That was the sound I had watching this majority of the game, okay? The offense didn't show up, like you said, until that Will Smith hit. Yama was shoving and showing why he is undoubtedly the Dodgers ace at this point, because you're not a Dodgers ace if you don't go 7 shutout innings and don't get run support. Pretty much run. I mean, what more can you do? And eventually the bullpen's going to come in. Sometimes they give up the run, sometimes they don't. And in this case, it was just one of those times.
Yep.
But nonetheless, we got the win. Does it feel like we won? Heck no.
No.
Did we win?
Great point.
Heck yes. And all I got to say, Tommy Edman, don't ever leave this team. Michael Conforto, I think it's time to leave this team.
Bye,
anyways, you guys, make sure you guys hit that like button for Clint. Subscribe if you guys haven't. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Appreciate Alexander Rose for calling in. Appreciate everybody, whoever calls into the show, especially on these random, unexpected post-game streams. Yeah, friends hanging out with us in the chat. I'm assuming the other channels are going live because our numbers will slowly creep down because the big channels go live after games like this. But it doesn't matter. We're here. We're having a good time. And we're going to talk about these Dodgers. And Richie, we got a voicemail from Richie. He called earlier today. I think he was a little bit of a Nostradamus. He knew the Dodgers bullpen and the pitching staff was going to be an issue. Outside of Yamamoto, So we'll listen to Richie for in just a second. There's two comments that I have here that I'm waiting for them to pop up. I have them on one screen, but I need them here. Where are you at? Create Your Destiny, $1.99 super chat. Thank you very much. You know what? I need to start doing for post games. We need to start doing drinking super chat. That's why not? It's Tuesday somewhere. But the Dodgers need to address why they have injuries. I mean, a number of teams need to address why they have injuries. But they do have a number of injuries, and it's very tough. And the reason I kind of have some pause with this is because we are speaking with Mark Pryor on Dodgers territory this week, and I'm going to ask him, in some way, shape, or form about the injury situation. That said, the Dodgers entered this season with a bunch of dudes who weren't with the team. Not all of them were with the team last year or the year before or whatever, and they all have some form of injury history. It's not the Dodgers. It's not them coming to the Dodgers the reason that these players, that these pitchers are getting hurt. It's just the way baseball is now. You're paid a lot of money to throw the ball as hard as you can every single time you can. Grip it and rip it gives you or has a new meaning, and elbows and shoulders. I'm not to say I'm sponsored by any sort of shampoo brands or whatever, but elbows and shoulders are the ones that are bearing the violence of the modern pitcher and all this kind of stuff, the modern game. What's it I'm going with? Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux had away throwing 84 for a decade. I mean, he threw faster for a while, but I'm just saying. Denny Cortez, also a supporter of the channel. Great comment here before we listen to Richie's voicemail. Says, long-time watcher, long-time commenter. Shout out to the loyals. Hit the like button for Clint Nation. Appreciate you, Denny Cortez, as always. All right, let's listen to Richie has a number of things to say about the pitching staff and the pitching situation. Go, Richie.
Well, let's just get right into this, shall we, Clint? The starting pitching is a disaster. It's like pulling teeth to get any of our starting pitchers to go at least 5 innings or more. It's a mess. P. Diddy can't believe how fucked up the starting pitching is. It's just incredible. Landon Knack went out there on Monday night and just totally shit all over himself
it was rough.
In front of the entire country. My message to Knack, it's real simple. Why don't you start pitching like the solution and stop pitching like you're plan B, C, or D? Like you're going out there and pitching, well, I'm just the guy that was up next. I'm just the guy that's just here to occupy the mound to eat up innings because the rest of our bullpen is in shambles. You go out there, you walk people, you don't execute any of your pitches, you walk a couple of guys, and then you got to throw a fastball down the middle, and then when you look up, it's 7-0. Back in 1988, Tommy Lasorda, in Game 5 of the NLCS at Shea Stadium, Jesse Orozco was on the mound, promptly walked the leadoff hitter, promptly went 3-0 to the next hitter, and Tommy went out, actually he waddled out, and walked to the mound, and you can clearly see his face on NBC. First words out of his mouth, what the fuck is the matter? And then after that, he just paraded him with every F-bomb that you can think of. And then he made a U-turn and went back to the mound. And then all of a sudden, Jesse Orozco figured out how to throw strikes. Landon, you're only as tough as your first name allows you to be. Landon, get out there, throw strikes, and start pitching like you belong and stop pitching like you're plan B. And finally, to Gurriel. Okay, again, you hit a home run. I get it. But you do realize that you hit it off the Landon Knack, right? You understand that. And pumping your fist in the air and running the bases like Kirk Gibson in the 88 World Series just ain't going to cut it. And unfortunately, Major League Baseball, they're too much of a pussy to do anything about it. You should have gotten drilled right in the forehead. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen because baseball's too civilized. And
Don't
back in
fly
my
no
day,
more.
if you did that to my ball club and if you showed up my pitcher, if my pitcher refused to drill you, then I would have went to the mound and drilled your ass myself. So fuck the Dodger Stadium parking lot. Fuck the Padres. Fuck Manny Machado. Fuck Profar and Tatis. And for the love of God, fuck the Ghost Runner. See ya.
Hey, you know what? I think Richie had some things to say. He had some gripes if you will, about your guys, Los Angeles Dodgers. But again, hey, this is a team that, won the game today. We should feel better. I like what Alexander Rose said, man. It's like it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel good. Got another voicemail. We got our buddy Noah, as you know. Let's go ahead and listen to Noah real quick.
Well, what up, guys? It's Noah, as you know, and I'll make it quick, guys. Believe me when I tell you this, and I have proof on the Discord, I had faith. I knew we were going to win this game. I felt it. Even though this team is like in a bit of a bad stretch, the offense has actually been particularly good. Just look at the offensive numbers. And I got to defend Dave. Tanner Scott was having a pretty good darn stretch of perfect pitching, so we can't blame Dave for that. And man, guys, I can't wait for Roki Sasaki to be just like Yamamoto. Roki Sasaki started off slow this year, just like how Yama started slow. And now Yama's an ace. So I'm excited for Roki. And that'll do it, though, guys. Fox Dodgers Stadium parking lot, and for love of God, Fox Coast Runner. See ya.
Hey, we got Mini Richie in the house there, Noah. As you know, appreciate that. No, I just saw Kenny Chung's comment about drilling asses and Dave Roberts and Cube and that whole thing. Listen, we don't need to dive into that. Shout out to Noah. He maintained the faith. He felt the baseball gods siding with the Dodgers today, which they did. It says on the screen there, they come from ahead to walk it off. Yamamoto kept them in this game as best he could by not allowing a hit for the first 6 innings. I think that's what he did, right? I don't know. I mean, it felt like a long time ago. Now I've been drinking. Yamamoto was great. He did his job. He's an absolute stopper, and he kept his team enough in the game to win it, even though he had the lead. He exited with the lead. He should have got the win. Max Muncy, shout out Muntz for getting enough bat to ball to walk it off. But Dodgers pitching overall remains a concern. Thank you, Diane, for confirming the 6 innings of no for Yama. Sork in the chat. Sork Cyrus, what a name there. Hey, could not agree more. It wasn't pretty, but they put a stop to the losing streak. The 4-game losing streak comes to an end. I think they are now 5-5 over their last 10, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it's, I think it is 5-5 now, or 4-6. I don't know. Second team in the National League to hit the 30 win mark. By the way, shout out to our Dodgers. They've reached 30 wins on the season. I'm just looking at the numbers right here, guys. Mr. Classic, this is another thing, like the Vesia struggles. We're bouncing all over the place. So let me get to one final narrative with this, and then we will check out. Alana and I will be live tomorrow night, Wednesday night, post-gaming as well. Hopefully the Dodgers going with, going for the 2-game win streak can secure it, because I don't know if I can deal with a loss tomorrow night. But Dodgers pitching overall, where do I have? I have the numbers here. 8th worst team ERA in baseball, 4.22 ERA. That is very un-Dodger-like. We are a team. This is a team that has good pitching. That is what they do. They have good pitching. This is an organization that breeds good pitching, but everybody's hurt right now. 14th worst reliever ERA. You would think it would be higher, but it is not. But still, 4.03. You would think it'd be worse, and you think that number would be higher. This too shall pass. The team will get healthier. You will get a Michael Kopech in there. We will hopefully get some version of a good Evan Phillips back. Emmett Sheehan will become available to this team. Blake Snell will become available to this team. Somewhere down the road, Blake Trinan coming back. Just need to weather the storm. I would absolutely love to see this team, this organization, move Bobby Miller to the bullpen now, because they're not going to use him as a starter. It takes so long for him to figure out and prove to this organization, prove to all of us that he can get it done as a starter. Not even at the AAA level, let alone the Major League level, But moving to the bullpen, 1-2 inning guy. They need right-handers, and I would like to see Bobby Miller and his 100-mile-an-hour gas in the bullpen over Luis Garcia or over Lou Trevino, who was fine in his Dodger debut the other day. But they need some arms. They need some help. And as much as Richie had some issues with Landon Knack, I believe in Knack. I believe that he'll eventually figure something out. Elisheva Jones, Emmett Sheehan supposed to return in July. That will be a massive, massive boost for this team. Diane agrees. Bobby to the bullpen. That would be huge. EB, my man, Bobby Miller is done as a starter with the Dodgers. He needs to be. He should be. Even if he had a, quote, good outing in his most recent start at AAA this week, he still walked 4 dudes over 6 innings. The guy walks a lot. And, yeah, that's still going to be an issue out of the bullpen, but he's got punch. He's got stuff. He's got 100. Limit him to 2 pitches and 3 to 5 batters. He's going to be fine. He'll figure it out. This team needs help, and I think Bobby Miller needs to be that guy. But all that said, guys, I think we have bitched and moaned and celebrated this game enough. Another name, Edgardo Henriquez, Baby Bazooka, hopefully should be back soon enough. He is throwing a baseball, maybe about 3-4 weeks away from returning to this team. But weather the storm. This too shall pass. We will endure. We will survive. Even if the team falls out of first place, it's part of the long story. I'm just going to keep trying to convince myself of that and hopefully convince you guys along the way. We will have these frustrating days. We will be annoyed with this team. I would much rather be annoyed with this team and still come out with the win, which is what they did. They come from ahead to walk it off over the rival Diamondbacks, and we feel pretty dang good about that. But otherwise, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for commenting, hanging out with me on this unexpected post-game show here on this Tuesday night. Even though I've been doing post-game shows, they've just been on the other show, what I do, Dodgers Territory. Again, we will be live Dodgers Territory Wednesday night after the game, and then we will also have, everybody's going to love this, Dodgers pitching coach Mark Pryor joining us on Thursday's show, 12 o'clock. So let's have fun with that. There it is, Real FRG, Clint Pacias, whatever. Find me on the internet. Thank you guys for your support. Subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed. We're trying to crank the subs back up. Let's get to 16,000 subscribers. I'd appreciate you if you did that. All Dodgers is presented by Bet Online. Go check it out, betonline.ag. Help me out, help the network out. And that's about it. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.